They are learning how to code here in Co-op City and are specifically creating their own Star Wars game. This thanks to retired star basketball player and now president of Ballin Technology, Neisha Butler.
We have taught over about 500 kids so far, and mainly online because of COVID, which just gave us a widespread reach. But we wanted to do something where I grew up. I went to Riverdale Country School. I grew up around here, not too far. So we're hitting Washington Heights, Brooklyn, the Bronx, all of New York City's area.
Butler teamed up with Hicks, creator of Game Over, a basketball clinic for children and teens based in Brooklyn and now in Bellamy Courts, to train and coach children as young as 6 years old.
We have our own facility in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. I grew up here in Co-op City. I was one of the first families to move in Co-op City back in '69. It was a pleasure to come back and help renovate the basketball courts here and also bring some free programs here to the youth of Co-op City.
And like Butler, Hicks grew up in Co-op City.
So when we have like Neisha Butler coming back and doing children who code and teaching them how to code, it gives them the idea that there are options to be had.
Property manager of River Bay Corporation's Co-op City, Noel Ellison, who is also the uncle of the late 17-year-old Bronx high school basketball phenom, Brandon Hendricks Ellison, who died due to gun violence on June 29th last year. Ellison here has long been a supporter of Game Over, which recently completed the reconstruction of 5 new ball courts in Co-op City, with 1 in each section.
They had a history of giving clinics throughout the community. So when we got a grant from the city to do some public relations or community events, we figured we'd segregate a bit of that money to go towards a funded sports basketball tournament for the kids here.
There's only 450 NBA professional basketball players, and there's millions of basketball players around the world.
How many of you guys want to go pro? Professional.
Without discouraging anyone from pursuing their dream, basketball director Darren Quinlan shared he takes comfort in knowing that multiple options, including training youth for careers in technology and math, is now available here.
Who knows? One kid might say, you know what, I really love that. This is something I think I want to do now.
And here's what parents are saying. Andre Oba is the father of young Onyx Oba.
Well, I think it's going to help to motivate him to be able to know that he's not limited by his environment, that there's other things out there which other communities are already teaching their kids.
Coding is essentially like a new language, so I feel like if you start them young, it's actually pretty easy. So example, if you want to start a kid learning Chinese or Mandarin, the older they get, the more difficult it becomes for anybody. But coding is kind of similar. You can start a kid out at like 7, 8, 9, 10 to get them used to thinking in sequential order.
For more information on Ballin Technology, go to ballintechnology.com or go to @Neisha Butler on Twitter and Instagram. For BronxNet, this is Arlene Mukoko.